Welcome to the Survive, Scale, Soar podcast. Hear and learn through the success of others how to build the life and business you deserve. Learn to overcome failure, what it means to seek out growth, and how to become the best possible version of yourself. And now, here's your host, coach, entrepreneur, husband and father, and author of the #1 best-selling book, Survive, Scale, Soar, Jeremy Williams.
And welcome back to the Survive, Scale, Soar podcast. I'm your host, Jeremy. Thank you for tuning in, and I trust the content being shared is showing up to you, the listener, in a way that is helping you to soar both in business and in life. Today, I'll share with you the importance of creating content that will resonate with your target market. And before we dive in, a reminder, this show comes in two formats. Success Talks are where I get to interview extraordinary people doing amazing things, and we have conversations around what has made them successful in their journey. Real Talks is where I take control of the mic, and you get me talking about things happening in this world and strategies and lessons learned that may become a blueprint in your own personal journey. If you like the show, if it makes you think differently, makes you laugh, or you know it might impact someone in your life, make sure you share the show. So let's jump into today's Real Talk. Content creation. It's a powerful tool for any business, large or small. It can help you reach your target market, build relationships with customers, engage with potential customers, and increase your brand awareness. However, creating content that will resonate with your target market can be challenging. The key to success is to understand who your target market is and what specifically are they looking for. I observe that often business owners do not have an understanding of their target market. And so their approach is attempt creating content that reaches the masses, only to find that no one responds. That in itself is the problem. What you offer either as a product or service is not going to appeal to everyone. With content being too generic and all-encompassing, those that would actually choose to do business with you are confused by your messaging and will move towards a business that clearly defines their offerings. For example, for many years, I recruited at a high level for a national real estate brokerage. I'd sit across the desk from a real estate agent struggling in their business, discussing their content strategy. One of my first questions was, what are you telling others that you offer as a real estate agent? I often knew what was coming, and I prepared myself for the water hose of services. The answer would be something like this. I help home buyers, home sellers, real estate investors, commercial clients, wholesaling, relocation, and I forgot to say, I also help people lease properties. As they were giving me this information, I'd look at their website, bios, and social media content, and it reflected the answer they had given. Their content messaging was that they did everything. You've probably heard that the jack of all trades is the master of none. The content messaging was confusing, and the reality is that each of the above could be its own specialty. Commercial real estate, for instance, alone could be broken down into many things, including things like office buildings, retail spaces, industrial buildings, multifamily residential properties, hospitality properties, healthcare facilities, self-storage facilities, land, mixed-use properties, and special purpose properties. And there's a list of others. Creating content that says, I help people with commercial real estate is just not going to be effective. Creating content that says you are a commercial real estate agent that specializes in multifamily residential properties will be much more effective. You've got to know your target audience. Before you start creating content, you need to identify your target audience. Research their interests, their likes and dislikes, and what kind of content they engage with. Once you have a better understanding of your target audience, you can create content that appeals directly to them. When creating content, you want to be sure that it's relevant and it's interesting to your target market. This can be achieved by using visuals, such as videos and photos, as well as using language that resonates with them. You also want to make sure that content is engaging and encourages your audience to take action. I see great content posted by businesses with no call to action. You should always create a hook or make the ask. In addition to creating content that resonates with your target market, you also want to make sure that your content is consistent. This means that you should post regularly and post content that is relative to your brand. This will help your customers recognize your brand and will help to keep them engaged. And finally, you want to measure the success of your content. This can be done by tracking metrics such as views, likes, shares, and comments. This will help identify what content is working for your brand and what content needs to be improved. While these metrics are important, remember all it takes is one person to be moved by your content to do business with you. Some of my personal and greatest results from posting content has come from posts with little engagement, so don't get stuck on going viral. Content creation is a powerful tool for any business. By understanding who your target market is and creating content that resonates with them, you can effectively reach and engage your customers. So today, think about the content you're creating. Are you creating that content for you? Are you creating that content for your target audience that will do business with you? Build the right content for the right audience, be consistent, and watch your business grow. If I could ever help you with your business and journey in life, visit my website at www.redhawkcoaching.com. Again, that's www.redhawkcoaching.com. There at the top of the page, you'll find a button that says schedule a complimentary strategy call. Click the button, select a time slot that suits you, and we can have a deeper conversation about commitment and what coaching would look like in your world. Also, make sure to share this episode with someone that needs to hear this today. You know who needs this message. Simply share the show. And until next time, be committed, be consistent, have great content messaging and branding, and onward and upward.
Thank you for listening to the Survive, Scale, Soar podcast. If you heard something that made a difference in your life today, share it with someone that might benefit and subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. Learn more about the host of this podcast and coaching services offered by Red Hawk Coaching by visiting www.redhawkcoaching.com.